Hello everybody, welcome back to our second video in our new Snap tutorial series, getting started with Lens Studio. This one today is about the face paint template. If you haven't caught the first one, I recommend you start from the very beginning on these. They're super short, probably about 5 to 10 minutes each. So yeah, jump back to the first tutorial, which was on 2D objects, so that will give you an idea of where to get started. This one today is on the face paint template. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to jump into Lens Studio and open Lens Studio, and we will select the face paint template, and once that loads up you will see the starter assets. As in our previous tutorial, this one comes with starter assets. So if we go over to our object panel, and you can select and deselect, so these little tick boxes, they enable and disable all of the different starter assets that we've got in here. So have a play around with those. If there's any you accidentally delete and you want to keep, you can always just close the template and reopen, and it'll reopen back from where you started before. So great, we've got all of those. What we're going to do is we'll go straight down to our resources panel, hit import file, and then if you select the two assets I've supplied for this tutorial, we've got a metal face and a flower face. Now once we've imported these files that you can find in the download link, let's go back to our face paint thing, enable it in our objects panel. We'll disable the bottom one and select the face paint at the top. Now as you can see, this has already got a paint texture in there, so if you click on that, we're going to select our flower face that we've just imported, and as you can see, straight away changes. And really, if you want to leave it like that, you could, but I'm going to show you something a little bit about the blend modes. So let's change it to normal, and let's change the alpha, and what the alpha does is that changes the transparency of our texture. So we'll leave it at 0.84, and we will change the name of that to flower face paint. So right click, rename flower face paint, and then we're going to duplicate that, and we will rename the duplicated one to metal face paint. So we'll go back to our texture box again and select metal, and as you can see, it's changed straight away. But this looks kind of weird as normal, so you can take the transparency down, or we can come over to our blend modes and we can select multiply, and as you can see, that gets rid of all of the white and just keeps the eyeliner portion. So I do recommend playing around with the blend modes. So we'll duplicate this one, and then we'll come back over and we'll change the duplicated one to hard light, or probably lighten. But again, just have a play around with the alpha, because that'll change the transparency of it, and get to where you want it to be with whatever artwork you've chosen. Gives you the different options, the blend modes as well. So if you want to go ahead and create your own artwork, if you come down to the face paint source and enable that, you'll see these dots appear on the simulator. Now this is a guide texture that Snapchat have supplied. So if we come over to our resources panel, hit the textures, and then face substitution points, and look at the full texture. So that texture, those dots there, if you take that texture and import it into your image software of choice like Photoshop or Procreate, you can draw straight on top of it as a new layer. And then when you bring that layer, you export it and you bring it into Lens Studio, it's going to appear exactly how the dots, sort of the guide shows you how, and it'll appear straight on the face like that. So that's how I made these masks, and I'm sure you can do much better versions than I can. So thanks again for watching this second video in the series of Learning Lens Studio. I hope you join me for the rest of them. So yeah, if you wouldn't mind liking and subscribing, that would be a great big help. If you've got any questions on this, like how do you get the texture out, that's easy. You right click, open a file, and it will show you where it is, and you can export it from there. If you've got any questions for me around these videos, please do reach out in the comments, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I hope you catch the next one. See ya.